Welcome back to Zielonka, everybody, episode 14. So on today's episode, we're in July, so we need to get our soybeans sold. We'll do that first thing, because the price is decreasing. I can't remember if we have more than one wagon full or not. I guess we'll find out here. 12,000. How much is left? 183 liters. I think we'll just leave that in the silo. There's really no point to come back for that little bit. Although it would be nice to empty it out, but we'll just save it for the next sale. This is going to go to Erlengrass. We got to get up to the train, get her loaded, and get her sent off. And then we got to get our canola picked. That's ready to go. I don't think that would take us too long, but I think we're going to actually get to our big ground crop harvest. I want to rent that 4-row picker. Been excited to do that ever since they started this playthrough. Give that a shot. Again, the downside with that is we're going to have to follow it with a wagon, which is fine. We get a worker, and then we can just follow next to it. There might be some hard to reach areas on the ends of the fields, so we'll have to see how that goes. But it's going to be interesting to try nonetheless. And then we should get plenty of money. We'll take that to the preserves. Make that into our, our preserved production, and then we will get a lot of money for that. And then I think what we'll do is save up for what we want to get that soup factory next, and then we also want to get that last building put up, and then we can start focusing more on machinery after that point. We really don't need another building right away, I suppose, but it's just so expensive. I kind of want to get that one out of the way so it's done with and ready to go when we need it. Right, so get this dumped in. We'll go over and get the train called. Hopefully it's not too far away. Ooh, really close. Actually, it was coming this way anyway. So if it was coming this way, it's probably from this direction. Can we see? I just jumped up into the woods here, and it's on the way. Coming quite fast here, too. Don't want to get hit by a train. Should stop about in here somewhere. Or close to it. Okay, let's get this loaded up. We get to make another sale. It's always good. I do kind of like doing soybeans halfway through the year. Maybe we should do some more of these for next year, because that way it gives us a sale in the middle of the year that we typically would only get at the end of the year. There it is, 12:06. Let's head on out. Maybe in the next farming simulator they would actually have it so you could switch the train tracks. That would be awesome. That'd make the train a lot more useful. Something to hopefully they do. Alrighty, here we go. We got 50,370 and then almost a 4,500 environmental score. That is very nice. We're up to 144. Wow. That was actually more than we could have hoped for. I guess we'll just keep this right out. Probably put it off to the side here so we can get by. We do have to hook that header up. About right here is probably pretty good. Let's just shut it off because it's going to take probably a little while to fill up our hopper. Get our combine going. And then we'll get this picked. And then we can move on and get our root crop going. Very eager to try that 4-row picker out. New machine is always exciting. But first things first, we must pick our canola. That's a great spot for that header trailer. Like I said, if we need to tow it, we can. If not, we could just grab it right there. Okay, here we go. We're already unfolded. Let's fire this up. We can do the headland. And then when we set it off on a worker, we should be good. Canola does take a little bit to fill up. It's not the most high-yielding crop, I suppose, but it all should fit in the one trailer, that's for sure. Alright, so it turns out I wasn't able to get it all on one wagon, but that's good. Good harvest. Only about 1% there, so it wasn't a whole lot, but yeah, a great harvest. Get this put away, we'll get our wagon dumped here, and then we'll be able to move on and get our root crops taken care of. Real excited for that. We need to figure out also what we want to put on this field next. I'm trying to think. We need to look at our chickens and see how much barley we have left. Is it barley or wheat we have for them? I gotta double check that. It was wheat. So there's still 8,000. They might actually be good for another year. And our canola will sell in December. Ooh, finally something to do in December. We'll keep this wagon hooked up. I actually want to switch to the Zader. Not because it's better, it's because it hasn't been used in a while. It's been sitting in the shed over here. And I want to switch it up a little bit. It is a slow tractor though, I will be honest. But it's pretty appropriate for the small distance we gotta go. We're pulling a wagon. Also, driving alongside a harvester like that, we really don't need to go all that fast. It's just when we deliver. Okay, set that there. So, yeah, what do we want to put into our field next? I think we should do a late crop like we did before. That way it kind of keeps a good rotation. So let's do barley. That'll plant in September. So it'll be after our root crop harvest here. So we'll go to this and we'll do planned for barley. Excellent. So yeah, our current fruit here is now parsnips. And we gotta figure out what we want to put in here yet, but we'll decide that later. It's obviously going to be one of the spring crops. Okay, so I think we're good to advance, and then we'll be able to get these. We'll get a good start anyway. Probably won't finish it all. Alrighty, here we go. August, we are ready to harvest our parsnips and our red beets. Check the sales real quick. This is tempting, but it's kind of big for our farm right now. Like I said, I don't think we want to go terribly big quite yet. How much is it going to cost to rent our 4-row harvester? Well, there's a weed here, but I think that was because of the offset of the... As you can see, we missed some spots here because we couldn't go quite to the edge without destroying this crop. Wow, look at this thing. It's going to be nice to try it. 450 horse. Let's lease that. It's going to cost $12,750. Ooh, and then 13,000 an hour. Lease it for 32,005. That is expensive, but we're gonna do it. I want to try it. So I guess it's a good thing we didn't buy that shed yet. I was thinking about doing that. Let's tab to it here. Look at this thing. Insane. Let's check out the inside. Fire it up. Too bad those screens weren't live. Maybe in the next Farm Simulator they'll do that. That might be a little bit of work for them to put all that programming in, but it may slow down the frame rate as well. But here we go. We are off. Let's get to the field and give this thing a shot. I would go ahead and start on this side, except we do need a worker to run it because there is no hopper capacity, which is very unfortunate that that's the way this works. Shall we start on this side? I think we will. Very nice turning radius. A single wheel on the back. Let's get it unfolded. Let's see what this thing is made of. Wow. So actually, I don't like that it's going to be on the other side where I got to run the crop over, but it's not going to matter because they're going to turn around anyway, and we will do it at some point, so it's a shame, but it is what it is. Let's get this lined up straight. I want to make sure we got a good line, and then we'll grab our Zader here. Head on over. I will knock the time down just a little bit so our fees don't get too crazy, because we are going to have this for a little while. And I don't want to have too much money being taken away. It's quite a bit an hour to rent this thing. Okay, hire a worker. It looks like they're waiting, I think. Maybe. There we go. We'll try to keep her steady here. Look at that thing go. 4 rows at a time. Parsnips coming in like it's nuts. I'm gonna set the cruise here also to... what are we at? 6. Try that. Looks like that's too fast. 5. Between 5 and 6, I guess, depending. Just gotta follow the row. I don't think it's gonna take us that long to fill this up. But we got a big field like this. I think it was very appropriate to do this instead of the single row. That would have been nuts with the single row picker. But at least we got to experience this. So now as we reach the end here, they should turn around. We'll be in the right direction, so we won't be running the crop over. I think they can hopefully get by without running into that fence. Get the last little bits here. There's quite a bit. We're already over half full. The Zader's already struggling. Get her whipped around. Just in time. I think it was almost gonna hit the fence. Okay. Yeah, we gotta get over just a little bit yet. It's very touchy. Excellent. And we should fill up before we reach the other end. And then we'll go dump. And we'll start getting these processed into preserves. There we go, just about. And bam. 12,600 liters. The rest is going on the ground. We'll run this over. We should Let's say we got to go that way, but climbing that hill is kind of hard on this tractor. We're going to get a lot. We're going to get a lot off this field for sure. Here we go. First load. Parsnips. We'll get this production started up right away so they can get on it. And yeah, we're going to fill up quite fast, I think. Alright, we'll get cracking, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Yeah, it's working out pretty good. For those wondering, this actually is in the game. You can go create job and deliver looping, and it should work like that. Deliver, although I'm having a little bit of issues with the Zader. I don't know what's going on there, but that worker cannot get turned around once it gets to the delivery here. That's nice that they have that in, and that was one thing that was new with this farming simulator from 19 to 22 here, is being able to do loop jobs like that. And so actually I haven't used them for a while because they usually get stuck, so you don't always count on them. But that New Holland and that trailer is working pretty well for that. If they would both... Ooh, look at that, it even goes around that pole there. Yeah, so it makes very nice streamlined workflow, if you will. So we got a little bit more to do here, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it quits on this episode. On the next episode, we're going to resume this, and then we'll finish up those other 4 over there as well, because we are on the clock with this harvester. It's costing us a pretty penny to rent this. We're going to want to make sure we get it all done here. And yeah, I guess we'll go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.